So now we're in Sardinia for pretty much the whole month of January, and as I don't have access to heavy weights here, I decided to do an anatomical adaptation phase, which focuses more on high volume but lower intensities. For my training on the line, that would mean that I'd had to do a lot of medium and easy tricks, but because the lines here are a lot better than at home and I will be bouncing with lots of motivated friends, I will push for hard tricks instead and work on my consistency on medium and easy tricks when I'm back at home. I will still try to push my line time a lot and build a strong base for the coming months of training, which is also a goal of the anatomical adaptation phase. Some tricks and combos that I've been thinking about for this trip are lasagna flip, no hands back flip to no hands front flip in combo, macaco from feet to feet, double front almighty to double back almighty, and maybe even give some tries to Tsukahara, which is a front almighty, late 180 to back almighty, one bounce. All in all, I think these goals are quite ambitious and I haven't really been going for hard tricks recently, so I'll need to see how my body can handle it and how far I get. So, I'm back at home after 4 weeks in BounceLand, and since I don't have a 70-meter line at home, the lines there were amazing. In addition to all my highline sessions, I did strength training 3 times per week. The strength training was a full body routine with 13 different exercises that I did for 3 sets each. When starting out, I was using a lower intensity and higher volume. I did roughly 10 to 15 repetitions per set, depending on the exercise. And then in the end, I was going for higher intensities, but lower volumes. So roughly 5 to 10 repetitions per set, depending on the exercise. This progression should ensure a smooth transition to the next phase, which is the maximum strength phase. Regarding my highline goals, I was motivated to land lots of hard tricks and combos, but that really didn't work out the way I imagined it. Out of all the goals I had going into this phase, I only landed the lasagna flip. I got super close on the no hands back flip to no hands front flip combo, but I just couldn't land the front flip in the end. I managed to finally repeat the double front almighty, which I haven't landed in almost 2.5 years now. This time I felt no pain in my feet and ankles during the session and after the session. So I was super stoked and happy that I could finally throw hard tricks again. But then the next day I woke up and my hip was super sore and I knew that my body was just not ready to handle the load yet. I planned to do a deload week in the 4th week of my trip, but that really didn't work out because after the first 3 weeks I hadn't landed any of my tricks and combos, so I just had to keep going. Basically I ended up going all in on the lasagna flip and the no hands back flip to no hands front flip combo in the deload week, which really wasn't a deload week anymore. That kind of paid off because I did land the lasagna flip in the very last session of my trip. But on the other hand, I started feeling some sharp pain in my left foot, which was kind of scary, and it definitely got worse day by day in the deload week while I was still bouncing hard. So now, instead of going into the maximum strength phase, I will insert a real deload week into my plan, and I will try to get back into my normal daily routine, rest, and hopefully recover my foot. And after that, I hope that I'll be ready to push hard again and go straight into the maximum strength phase. See you there! And maybe even giving some tries to the Tsukahara, which is a double almighty, late 180 to double almighty, late 180, double back almighty. Boom. But there was more.